Hello, babies.
Hello, babies. Do you say lever or lever? As in, Wes, pull the lever, the big cartoon lever
Yes,
that starts the stream.
lever. Just I had unmuted myself, but had not unmuted you yet, but I was about to, and I did not want the first unmuted words to be me answering your question.
Well, I don't know. I think that's indicative of the kind of content that people are signing up for is let's play a game. Actually, let's get sidetracked by this fucking bagatelle.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah. I say lever unless I've been watching a lot of British shows, and then maybe a lever slips in every now and then, but
Now, here's the
um
question.
not
Would you
usually.
do you pronounce it differently? Or do you lean more likely one way or the other if it's a noun versus a verb?
Mm,
Because I think I'm more likely to lean lever for verb.
yeah, I think because I can't imagine myself saying lever um like I just gonna, I don't know, lever this out of the way
Mm.
or something. Um that sounds weird. I think I would say lever, but it would be a little bit tongue in cheek because I would be aware that I was using phrasing that was like not very, I don't think that's a very American thing to say,
Mm.
you know?
And so you don't support it because of being a patriot or whatever, is your point, I assume.
No. That is
Huh,
not my
weird.
point.
Juliet says, leave her. I hardly know her.
Um Ruby says, is lever, see, now I'm gonna say lever because we've been saying it so much. A verb? Yes, it can be. Um I think of it kind of like effect, like we most
Different
often
for,
use
yeah.
effect as a noun, and like, teach kids that like affect is the verb and effect is the result of the verb and hence a
Yeah.
noun, but you can also effect change, um and then it's a
Can
verb.
I
So
can I ask you something kind of personal?
oh
And you can feel free to put it off because we're on stream.
yeah.
Um, since we're talking about levers, what's your favorite of the classic six simple machines?
um I couldn't actually list the six simple machines for you.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
I know.
Let's.
Well, no, I mean, I know some of them, but I don't put me on the spot about this.
Wes, name. Wes, can you take a shot at some simple machines?
A lever,
Uh, correct.
a wheel,
Yeah, totally.
a pulley.
Yeah.
That's all I've got. um, oh, something like a ramp, an incline, something incline related.
Yeah. The inclined plane.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. You see, look, you got him.
That's only four.
Well, there's also the wedge and the screw, but clearly those aren't your favorites.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, wedge actually crossed my mind, but I don't know, for some reason I my
You were
brain
like, that
didn't
machine
want
is
to
too
make
simple?
that. Well, it was like, because I was thinking of an inclined plane as a triangular shape, which is also a wedge shape.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're using a wedge in conjunction with a lever. Sometimes you're levering with a wedge. And so I just was not thinking of it as a sufficiently distinct thing on its
I
own.
see. Yeah.
But it
You
is
know,
like,
you got to not think, you can't overthink the simple machines.
yeah. Oh, good. Lily says, Wes, I was doing the same thing in my head with wedge/inclined plane.
Francis says, wait, you two should stream classic The Incredible Machine. I don't know The Incredible Machine.
I don't either. Sorry, I was reading Juliet's longer comment about. See, I always say screw because screw manages to include both an inclined plane and wedge alongside wheel elements, but I never know if it should get bonus points for that or lose points for being too complex.
Oh, it's a Rube Goldberg game. Have I told you my favorite Rube Goldberg story?
I don't know. I don't remember.
My one of my favorite coworkers, I was telling her about, I referenced something being like a Rube Goldberg machine, and she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, oh, a Rube Gold, and I was kind of trying to explain it to her, and she was like, you made that up, this is not like a known thing. And I was like, no, 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 it is. And we were polling people in the store and looking it up, and she was like, um this is born from, she's always giving me shit for like knowing random things or like teaching her random things and then
Uh-huh.
thinking that they're well known when they're not. And she determined to test this herself by casually slipping it in conversation to her husband to see his reaction, except she misremembered Rube Goldberg as Ruben Goldstein. And so she was like quizzing her husband about if he knew a Ruben Goldstein.
Great. I looked up The Incredible Machine. It's a classic puzzle video game series where players build Rube Goldberg style contraptions to solve simple tasks using a variety of objects like pulleys, balloons, and animals. Developed by Dynamics and published by Sierra, also
Sierra.
the publisher of my favorite childhood Quest for Glory games. The
Oh, now
original games
that's
from 93 to 95 focused on creativity and logic, with later versions adding more parts and features. So
I
I
already
think
asked you
that'll be
about
fun.
simple machines, but that's another great, like, who fundamentally are you question is, what was your favorite Sierra game?
Yeah. What was your favorite Sierra game?
Uh, load, load runner, the little puzzle
Yeah.
platformer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Ruby who's the King's Quest sicko?
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, I
Ruby, who
liked.
said in the chat immediately, Sierra Games mentioned.
Oh yeah, of course. I I have like positive association with King's Quest, but it was like a game that was on my daycare computer and there was like regimented. It's like you only got
Oh.
like 30 minutes. And so it was like I had to keep playing the beginning of the game over and over and over again because like we didn't get save files or something. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
my experience with King's Quest.
Oh man, yeah, it's not that kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we play this kind of game?
Let's play this kind of game. What are we playing?
Roottreenania, baby.
Roottreenania.
Are you ready to be manic?
Literally always.
Okay. It said I get to Roottreenania by hitting continue, right?
I don't know if it's continue or new game, but continue makes sense. This is the first puzzle of the game. Is how do we get there? Oh no, it was supposed to be new game.
Fuck.
Yeah, because it's like a new game plus situation. I think we can just go back to the menu from here.
I just wanted to
make sure. Yeah.
Look at what it
maybe save and quit here at the bottom.
Is it safe to save and quit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Those loose ends are all tied up.
Oh, do you see that?
Hi,
Whoa.
I'm Clark.
It's Rafferty.
Probably not who you expected to be knocking, but life's funny sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He's from Boston.
I'm going to turn the volume up for
it's quiet.
This, but it's right, but it's the voices are weirdly quiet. So if I turn my volume up, you are going to be louder. So I need you to like not talk while we listen to this dialogue, and then I will turn the volume back down.
You heard it here. Silenced, censored.
Acceptable to
Wesley
you.
is a patriot after all, huh?
Okay. Starting now.
You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down. A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes, too. I never wanted to be president. I'm not great with stress. With my mother's deteriorating I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here because part of the fallout of Sam's book is that everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Now that it's public knowledge that Clanson Trust covers any root tree despite their history with us, a lot of potential cousins have surfaced. You may have seen that man on the cover of News Time. It was a disaster for us. And then Miracle went and made it all about himself. The long and short of it is, a lot of potential cousins just showed up. Sam's helping some of them, but she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family. I let it slip through a mutual friend that I found you, and I was stopping in. It's manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side. In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally. Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
Okay. You have been unsilenced.
Emma says, wow, Wes says, shut the fuck up, Sunday. And Francis says, coming out of the woodwork because they're root trees.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, that's...
Oh, let's...
okay.
Yeah.
Today, August 3rd, 1999, there was a knock at your door. Clark Rafferty LaRue, the current president of the Root Tree Candy Company, explained blah, 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 blah. That's okay. He also handed you a letter that he said you could share with Sam that says the following. To both of you, the company I hired to help us with the Clancid Trust is busy poring through the entire family's history, as well as people they may have had contact with. That said, the family is not particularly happy with this and are doing their best to slow things down. Many of them are actively avoiding our interviews. Every time there's a high-profile public case, it causes headaches. So please, I don't mind if you do your research, but I ask that you stop going to the press. Instead, we have a highly trained team of lawyers to back you up. We're ready and willing to verify anyone and everyone you believe could be realistically part of a relationship that led to the birth of a new root tree. Just tell us who to investigate by filling in the new sections of the tree, and we'll take the time to handle verifying that the timeline checks out. But keep in mind why we're here. If someone didn't have a child, or has already been disqualified by our lawyers, like in the case of the girl with the negative DNA test, there won't be a place for them on the tree. We're not just looking for affairs and infidelities, we're only looking for the ones that led to potential new root trees. Some spots in the new section will be marked with a tree icon. Those areas are reserved for members of the original family tree you filled in 8 months ago. Just like last time, be sure to use birth names for everyone you add. Married names or nicknames won't be enough. To start sorting out the infidelities, I recommend you turn your eyes to the men in positions of power. I'd love to say that's only because it would have been a lot harder for the women to hide 9 months of pregnancy and birth without the family noticing, but I can't. I'll be blunt. I'm no stranger to infidelity. I wish I could claim that I was the perfect husband, but you've seen the family tree, so why pretend? Some of us learned how to wield our family name and fortune to our benefit. Consequences be damned. I can't change the past or unhurt those who I betrayed. Instead, all I can do is be honest with myself and to you, refuse to make any more mistakes, and do my best to sort out the various messes we've left behind. So please, fill in the tree, and together we can figure out how to begin to make amends. Good luck, and thank you both.
Okay, damn.
Oh my god, Bry is here.
Oh, hello.
Welcome. Okay, it is recommended you try to catch up with some of what happened since last time. Some web searches may yield new or different results, and some books and magazines from your previous investigation may be relevant to your new one. It's also a much more widespread search. The list of first and last names you can choose from will contain red herrings. Not all of them will be used. Below is a reminder of some of the most notable beats of your initial dive into the Root Tree family tree. All evidence from before is still available, and for your convenience, any searches that do not lead to new information still function as they did during your first investigation. So, point 1. The Root Tree Candy Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth many years ago. The entire family has a financial reliance on the health of that company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Elias, Carl, and Raina were on the cover of magazines. Other notable root trees, such as Lauren Roottree, Miracle Roottree, and Jim Roottree, had physical media, such as record albums, books, and movies associated with them. Lauren's 2 diaries were probably the most useful resources overall, mentioning many of her relatives directly. The 5 pieces, Elias's children, could be identified based on the initials of the original candy flavors. There were 5 presidents of the Roottree Company. Many were featured in periodicals. Stephanie Jones and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters and led to Caroline Morden's art book, which enabled you to fill out more of the tree. Many of the younger Roottrees were found by following a complex rabbit hole through a conspiracy site that led to finding a searchable web address for Chris Rafferty, Lauren's grandson, Chris Raff 75. November Roottree was really difficult to place. Her occupation could only be found via Brian Jones' company's website. That's something that I don't... No, we did look at that website eventually, didn't we?
Eventually. It was after we had been correct in our guess. Also, it's funny that they're like, you could figure out the 5 pieces by this ad, the literal last piece of information we found.
Yeah, but that's partly because there were things we missed searching. Ronald and his brother Robert Roottree go by Ron and Robbie. Both worked on a TV show called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled money and fled to Paris. Ron unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the Clancy Trust. Sam and her father were cryptically mentioned in a book about historical letters. That's that book that we didn't ever find. We only found out about it at the end. There were also a few dead ends and red herrings. Aloysius Herring Roottree, who claimed he was a Roottree but was not. That was red. As in a red herring. Family Man, a book about Elias Roottree, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. Lauren's other books, historical romance novels, were not very useful on their own, though could lead to other information. Caroline Morden's sculptures were not useful. Okay, notice that this does have an intuition score of 8, so it seems like there are things in here that, like, looking at further might lead us to new things.
Yeah.
Do you want to read this?
Yeah. Today is August 3rd, 1999. It has been 8 months since you helped Sam Madston with the research necessary for her book. Sam was true to her word and paid you an incredibly large sum of money. She never mentioned you by name. What?
I said, God, I wish.
Oh, yeah. She never mentioned you by name, however, so you've managed to keep a low profile. The Roottrees, on the other hand, have not. Below is a summary of notable events since the book's release, though you can refresh your memory in full detail by searching online. 6 pieces. Sam Madson's book about Elias Roottree was released in February. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Carl had not yet been replaced. The Roottree Rift. In March, the Roottree Company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release, with multiple conflicting press releases and a clear lack of leadership. Clark Rafferty LaRue was announced as the permanent successor to Carl Roottree and welcomed Sam to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Clancy Trust. This included any other new questions of lineage. 5 Ps. After this announcement, there was a rash of different people claiming to be root trees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these, by a wide margin, was a rapper named Felix Fellows, who changed his moniker to 5Ps as a publicity move at the same time. 5Ps is the only notable person on the updated tree. Roottreenania. In another high-profile misstep, Miracle Root Tree publicly and vehemently denied that 5Ps was a root tree. The root tree's legal team then offered to do an A-test to get 5Ps to drop his claim, and in a moment that caught what seemed like the entire world by storm, the test proved he was a root tree. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with root trees. Anonymom and Jane Doe Root Tree. In July, an anonymous woman, who the press began to refer to as Anonymom, appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a root tree led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Root Tree. If true, this would make her daughter yet another secret root tree, and therefore entitled to a share of the clan's trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter in the Roottreenania saga. As more and more of Anonymom's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5Ps in nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn. Confirming the world's suspicion, the DNA test, orchestrated by lawyers on both sides, proved that her daughter was not a root tree. This final event caused public disappointment, smugness from doubters, and countless accusations of the entire ordeal being an elaborate hoax or an attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottreenania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, a month later, it feels like a distant memory.
Okay. And then let's just look at what we've got here. So,
Trees are people from the...
Yes, possible infidelity 1, 1921. So, root tree here with someone. And then, that has a whole branching thing. Possible infidelity 2, 1949. Possible infidelity 3, 1975 to 1982. There's a first affair, presumably second affair, and then final affair. And then a family tree update, 1998. Adding these two.
I wonder if it's two people from the original thing, so I wonder if it's like the baby of the woman who was running for office and her husband or something. A new official root tree.
That's possible.
Right, 'cause she was she pregnant in...
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
In the picture, yeah. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. You'll have to be extra sleuthy this time around to deduce the truth. Pay close attention to what you find, and be sure to look into loose ends.
Lily says, quick question.
Yes.
Who is your guess right now for who possible infidelity 3 is on the original tree?
1975 to 1982.
My first thought is one of the miracles. I just feel like a whole string of affairs feels very TV Preacher to me.
Mm-hmm. That would be interesting. Yeah, it seems likely that it is someone in, well, I don't, it could be this generation or the previous one, really, depending on age, but oh, Nat is here. Hello, Nat.
Hi, Nat.
Okay. Where would you like to start?
Boy. That is such a good question. Oh. I'm not sure. I'm torn between wanting to dive into the new stuff, and they're also like, hey, there's going to be maybe some of the things that you've looked at before have updated in light of all of these events.
Right. Let's look up Sam Madsen's book.
Yeah. That's a great place to start.
I'm gonna spider. Oh. Okay. Why am I offline? Because I had not yet negotiated a connection with the internet.
Love to negotiate a connection with the internet.
There we go. There's an older version of this page. That's interesting.
Let's start with this one and then look at the older one.
Yeah, okay. 6 Pieces, Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family by Sam Madsen was released in early 1999, and perhaps assisted by the still relatively recent plane crash, shot to the top of the charts. Reviews were mixed, and its time on the bestsellers list was limited to only 2 months. Most reviewers agreed that the core of the book, about Samantha's fathers and the struggles they faced, was compelling, and that the takedown of the hypocrisy of Elias Roottree was deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seemed vindictive. The fallout from the book led to the Roottree company scrambling to release a statement, and due to a conflict of leadership, famously released multiple conflicting official statements over 3 days. This confusing move was referenced in popular culture due to a late-night sketch about indecisionitis, but more traditional analysts have been calling it the Roottree Rift. A few months later, due to Roottreenania, the book re-entered the charts and sold even better than the first time. Oh.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
We gotta highlight because there's several things to follow from here.
Yeah. What do you...
Well, indecisionitis.
Yes. Yeah, actually... do that.
New.
Shape. Yeah, except I'm gonna change that. Hold on.
Right.
So, page 1 is going to be our record
What we've
of
searched.
what
Yes.
we have searched and where. And
Nice.
then page 2, which now that it's open, things will go there. We can do that. I don't think we need to highlight the root tree rift because we have it in one of our other
On the
pieces
list
of evidence. Yeah. What else in here?
Maybe reviews. I'm not sure if we'll be able to, but I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. Just gonna do that. Okay. And then let's see. Okay. You helped verify her story, so much of the book's core contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam had some sections on other family secrets and rumors. Much of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, and some of it is new to you and may be important to your new search. These sections have been added to your notes.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's fun.
Okay.
The archive, the internet
Yeah.
archive is
Yeah.
a fun little wrinkle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sam's book has a few different passages about her own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. She ran the farm for a period starting around 1968, after the death of Elias Roottree, until her daughter Gwyneth took over in 1984. Most of the relevant rumors coincide with the reign of Guy Hudson, who took over as president in 1978. I think, given that we have dates for infidelity, we should start paying more attention to
years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's very smart.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that also. Sam was very much not a fan of Guy, and according to Six Pieces, it was an open secret within the family that Guy was very much not a fan of remaining faithful to his wife, Patricia. Many of their hires at the time were young single women, and Guy often spent a lavish amount of money on private parties. So that is, it sounds like the person most likely to have those 3 affairs. Because it was late 70s to early 80s.
Yeah. Also makes sense how this guy would do the caviar flavor.
Yeah. This was 20 years ago, and Sam warns that most of it is hearsay. Still, you find the following information that may be relevant. Do you want to read from here on?
Yes. One of Sam's farm supervisors was named Elizabeth. Elizabeth had a daughter who Sam never met, but who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. According to Elizabeth, a caterer from a local restaurant called Antonelli's met her daughter at one of Guy's parties, and they eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Rumor has it that her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. Oh my gosh. Okay, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Okay, so... Elizabeth's daughter was one of Guy's secretaries. Showed up to Guy's party with Guy.
And seemed uncomfortable.
But also... she met this caterer from Antonelli's and
Yeah.
eloped with him.
Well, that could be like the party was for swingers, and even though it's a swinger party, there with Guy, she was like, this guy is not cool with this, and then hit the caterer up after the party. Like, it's speaking to the power dynamic maybe between Guy and Francis says, oh no. Right? Are we reading this correctly, or are we getting lost in the pronouns here?
I think we're reading it correctly. According to Elizabeth, a caterer met her daughter, Elizabeth's daughter, at one of Guy's parties, and they
eloped.
Caterer and daughter eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware that the party was for swingers. Rumor has it that her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But unclear if that discomfort is like Guy was expecting her to switch partners and he was also doing so. And, you know, or if Guy didn't really want her to be with other people.
That's how it more immediately strikes me. But the fact that there's rumor has it that, you know, there's another source beyond Elizabeth about what happened at this party, we can put that one on the table until we find out more about it.
Okay. I gonna do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the most useful way to highlight is. I'm just thinking about like sort of individual things that we might want to.
Yeah, I think you could also, frankly,
to.
I think you could do this whole bullet point and that would be okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to break it up, I think that's fine too.
I think I want to break it up. I think we'll see if I can do this properly, but I think if we can keep page 2 kind of like this is stuff to search or follow up on, and then the information that we just like want to have saved, because then this stuff I could like delete as we
go,
at least to some extent, which is why I'm thinking of breaking it up more. Yeah, and then like, but I think I am gonna highlight all of this and put it on page.
You can rename the pages too, so maybe we should do that since we have a multi-page system going.
Yeah, also I don't know if I can highlight something multiple times. No, it just changed it to that.
Okay,
well, maybe I'm overthinking this.
Maybe instead of having the snippets of like, oh, we're gonna delete this later, we
Mhm.
should have on page 1, we can have like what we searched, and then what we want to search, and then we can delete things from or move them from, one column to the
Mhm.
next. This is this new music?
I think so. Or lore. I don't know.
I like gossip, frankly.
Okay.
Apocrypha.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I can do that as a way to have it there, and then I can break this up. Maybe.
Oh, sure. Juliet says, maybe a new contender for the starting screen music. Not that I don't love the current one. Our starting screen music is, I think, it's jazzy, but I don't think it's Root Tree's music too. I think it's Nancy Drew jazzy. Is that right, Wesley?
Oh, maybe. I can't remember.
No, maybe it is Root Tree's, because I remember the
is.
soundtrack was a free download, but it was a strange format, and I was having difficulty getting it to do what I wanted. Oh yeah, no. It is. Emma says, wait, didn't I help you get the soundtrack when you started? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, moving on. Guys. Main positive. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I like what we both just said, guys. Guys. Guy's main positive contribution to the company involved expanding to markets previously untapped by Root Tree. However, when he went on trips overseas, they were often for weeks at a time, and Guy was known for spending more time and money on unofficial business than meetings with distributors and manufacturers. It was said that he bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil.
Yeah, is that... Okay. Go ahead.
There is also a section where Sam speculates that Elias may have also cheated on Gwyneth. Gwyneth was always much kinder to Sam than Elias was, and was the first to invite Sam to family events. While she has no hard evidence, Sam always got the impression that Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias into allowing Sam back into the family using some kind of leverage, instead of it being a natural course of events. She mentioned that Elias and Gwyneth were known to loudly argue, sometimes about another woman. Sam also says her son Ernie once asked her, "Who's Beth?" because he overheard them yelling about someone with that name. As far as Sam knows, Elias once had a secretary named Elizabeth, a different Elizabeth than the supervisor from the farm, but she never met her.
Okay. Well, Okay. Is there anything here that you want to try to follow up on right now? I think a lot of this stuff it's not stuff that we can just like search directly necessarily.
Computer.
But
Did this historical man cheat on his wife?
right.
Yeah, no, I'm fine to go back to our kind of starting pieces of evidence.
Yeah. I'm taking out these 2 date ones and putting them on the gossip page. Unless, can we have just
Do you want a years page?
A dates page, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Miracle Jr.'s little forehead. You couldn't get a tighter crop on that photo.
Okay. Shall we search?
Yeah, Roottree Rift.
Roottree Rift. Library searched 6 pieces. The 3 press releases from the Roottree Candy Company after the release of 6 pieces were referred to as the Roottree Rift due to the clear conflicts between them. The first was fairly standard. It stated that there was no president of the Roottree Company, but that the entire family was made aware of the release of the book and that they would be meeting as soon as possible. Only then could they verify the legitimacy of the claims it raised and decide next steps. Do you want to take the second release?
The second release was emailed to business newspapers 3 hours later and announced that after a vote, Ron Roottree would be taking over temporarily as an interim president. It also went on to state that Ron was aware of the book, had verified the claims within, and would look into compensating Mrs. Madsen and her family immediately. It also stated that the company lawyers would be taking immediate steps with the family to revisit the Clancy Trust terms to make sure nothing like this could happen again.
It was quickly clear to business reporters and analysts that the time between the 2 press releases would not have been logistically sufficient to gather a majority of the family, even using conference calls. This was reported on many news channels, and a third, much shorter press release came the next day. It claimed that a draft of the announcement was made prematurely, and that Clark Rafferty LaRue and Ron Roottree would be taking over as the company's first joint presidents. It also stated that any compensation planned would be based on a stringent verification process. Okay, is there anything else
The
here?
Well, I'm thinking since they're like, it was emailed to business newspapers and business reporters and analysts, I do think that makes me want to go over some of the business publication and see what else we can get with like Ron or press releases or, this.
Yeah. Okay. We also have this. Indecisionitis was a disease coined by a popular sketch show as part of a fake pharmaceutical advertisement for Jit Together. While the segment isn't fully about the Root Tree Candy Company, it was released in the weeks after their bizarre response to the release of Six Pieces by Sam Matson and references the recent news. In the sketch, a woman ordered a number 5 at a drive-thru speaker. Then after pulling forward, she changed her mind at the window, asking to switch it to a number 3. This caused a lengthy backup and annoyance amongst the restaurant's employees and other patrons. After she pulled away, as the employees began helping other customers, the same woman then barged into the restaurant and passed the current line, loudly complaining that she didn't receive her number 5. After this, the sketch transitioned from the restaurant scene into a pharmaceutical commercial. A doctor claims that the woman was suffering from indecisionitis, a disease that causes extreme confusion and irritability, and has recently been found to severely hinder the leaders of large corporations, but could also spread to humans. The doctor then recommends Jit Together, a fake pharmaceutical drug. Multiple testimonials use variations of the catchphrase, "When I can't make my tough decisions, I've got to get my jit together." The final testimonial included a bald man in silhouette with a voice changer saying, "I'm not comfortable sharing who I am, but I am comfortable saying that before I took over my family's candy company, I really should have gotten my jit together." Any thoughts?
Classic late night sketch show.
Yep. I think this is the funniest bit.
Yeah.
That could also spread to humans.
Spread to humans. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we, just for fun while we're here, spider jit together?
Sure. No,
okay, yeah, that's
just
fair.
The same thing. Okay. Okay. What's next? Oh, actually, so it seems like this is pretty
the classic, yeah.
Likely Elias Roottree. And that this is Guy Hudson.
Wait, hold on. Do we know when Guy died?
We used to.
Just because that could be an easy way to rule him out. for the few years in the late 70s and early 80s. Yeah. So that does line up.
Yes. Oh, okay. During Roottreenania, he suddenly rose to prominence again after 5Ps appeared on the cover of a magazine holding a photo of Guy and his mother. That is something to search.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll just read this for, I don't know, color. This fact has led some people to speculate that the night he died in a car crash, the fact that he would, throw big parties that got out of hand, that the night he died in a car crash, he was drunk or impaired in some way, but the Butler County Police have released multiple statements and ample evidence that proves decisively that it was not foul play and that no party had taken place. Roottree's lawyers have been quick to threaten litigation to anyone who has tried to disparage Guy or the company in public. Okay, that's the stuff about the caviar flavor.
Can we put the... Never mind. I was going to say we should grab the 1979 just for our years, because it's helpful to get some...
Oh, yes.
benchmarks.
I'm trying to remember where we found his death date previously.
Is it on the conspiracy site?
Maybe. Do I remember what that's called?
The conspiracy site is... That guy's name is mentioned in the wrap up document too. Overwood? Yeah.
That's what it is.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go to the older one just to look. Ah, yes, in 1982. So
okay, yeah, so it is Guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in years.
Oh. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 198.
Oh. Whoops. There.
Nice.
Just in case. Okay. During your initial search, you came across Thomas Overwood's conspiracy page about the Roottrees. 8 months later, the page still exists and is thriving. The visitor counter has reached 7 digits. Many older articles have been replaced. It seems that the recent uprising in Roottree news has left Thomas Overwood with a constant stream of events to base new theories on. More than one of his theories involve Roottree deaths being faked. According to Overwood, statistically, when you have this many high-profile people who have died in a family, the odds are that one of them faked their death. It's just math. This newfound focus on death faking seems to coincide with a post mentioning that he's begun believing the "guy's not dead" theory. In his own words, "My eyes have been opened. All of this is beginning to make too much sense."
What do you think's in the theory?
That Guy's not dead.
Oh.
Are your eyes now opened?
My eyes have been opened. It just makes sense.
One of his posts details the belief that Ron Roottree is still in charge, Gwyn Roottree's death was faked, and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Apparently, this allowed Ron to travel to France to develop their new candy recipe in secret. Another is about the rapper 5Ps. He can't possibly be a Roottree. One of his first album songs, when he was performing under the devil name, actually mentioned that he wanted to have sex with Raina. Well, I don't think, unfortunately, that proves or disproves anything. Not even Sam Madsen is spared. According to Overwood, the author of Six Pieces isn't real. Sam Madsen is an anagram for Am Madness. They're purposely leaving hints for us. He claims that by using Six Pieces with Lauren Roottree's book as a one-time pad, he has begun to decrypt a cipher. Most of the cipher has seemed meaningless, but he managed to pick out the words people and vastness and is working on figuring out what it means. There is also a request at the bottom. Next year, 2000, is a leap year, and Overwood is looking for funds and volunteers to catch the Roottrees red-handed in Operation RT-29. He specifically mentions not to volunteer if you've ever drunk Spirit Cola, but doesn't go into why. Okay.
Juliet says, "Oh no, I feel by the time you're at anagrams, you're in too deep."
Yeah.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do any of these things seem worth saving notes on? Oh, I
am
will
curious
say
about
this,
5P. Yeah.
yeah, this tells us something about his previous performance name, so that does seem relevant. Okay. I don't know if there's anything new on this, but let's search RT-29. Okay, no, it hasn't been updated for at least 8 months. Okay.
At this point, I wouldn't mind veering away from the list that we've started with and start digging into 5Piece and his mom, because we know, I feel like we have enough there to maybe start.
Yeah. Five Ps, aka Felix Fellows, is a rapper who has found some recent radio play after being publicly confirmed as a long-lost Roottree and entitled to part of their fortune. His alias. I've gotten so used to
5Ps.
Is so used to reading the name Elias that I just got really confused by that word for a second. Okay. His alias 5Ps is a play on 5 pieces, an article you find on a website known for their particularly harsh reviews of modern music gives his most recent album, Root of All Evil, 1 star out of 7 for whatever reason, with the headline, "More Poser Than My Action Figure Collection." I don't know if this is a thing that we can follow up on, but I'm gonna save it.
I mean, we have Modern Music Monthly, right? So it kind of seems like it
Yes.
could be the root.
Yeah, it
of
just
all evil.
says, yeah, that's really makes you think. The review mentions his real name is David, and he used to go by Dirte Davy. And the author rues the fact that this rebranding was a blatant marketing stunt at the expense of his mother's tragic past. She overdosed when he was 16. Apparently, only one of the songs on the album is new, and the others were simply rewritten to turn blatant references to sex, drugs, and violence into clumsy euphemisms. His rise to prominence was kickstarted when he appeared a few months ago on the cover of News Time holding a photo of his mother with Guy Hudson. Okay, so it's News Time specifically. I don't remember if we had that name before. I remember seeing that name somewhere, though. At first, the Root Tree Company denied it vehemently. Miracle Root Tree even appeared on the same magazine a week later. But since then, they've backtracked and publicly welcomed him to the family. Their press release at the time stated that they had new evidence that confirmed his story.
I think I would like to do News Times, and then we'll look in the music magazine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. News Time?
Yeah.
News Time. Nice. Okay, that's being added. A summary of both articles.
Lunch.
Oh, great. So that this is both the 5Ps and the Miracle Root Tree articles, as well as a close-up of the photo 5Ps is holding on the cover of his issue, have been added to your evidence. So let's look at those things.
Jesus,
Now,
Miracle.
Okay. Could this rapper be the next Sam Madsen?
5Ps, aka Felix Fellows.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to see this.
Sick
closer.
lion tattoo.
That too. Sun, some dragons, I think another dragon. Either that or they're like kind of griffin-y.
No, I think those are
But
those
I
are
think they're
dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
5Ps, aka Felix Fellows, appeared on the cover of News Time holding a photo of his mother and Guy Hudson. The article concerns his insistence that his father was Guy Hudson. The story was dramatic and sensational and initially dismissed as fake until a DNA test proved that he was related to Guy Hudson. 5P says that his mother, Joanna, was Zach Morden's secretary when he retired, and then Guy Hudson's secretary for only 1 or 2 weeks after that before she quit. The first few weeks that he was president. His parents divorced when he was 4 after his father learned of the affair. Felix and his mother then moved to Portland because she was afraid for her and her son's life. He grew up with her until he was 16, but one day his mother never came home from the movie rental store where she worked the register. The next morning, they found her dead from an overdose in her car. She had stolen all of the cash from her drawer and spent it on heroin. As Felix went through her belongings, the only things he had to remember her by were a hairbrush she always used, some photos, and a stuffed animal from her childhood. But then he found it, a box hidden in the back of her closet. Inside were love letters and photos related to Guy Hudson, as well as a letter from his father containing threats. He threw it all away, with the exception of the photo he appears with on the cover of News Time. He says it was the only one where they were dressed, the only one not from the affair itself. The picture is shown in full inside the magazine and was added to your evidence. The magazine also includes some additional history about Five Piece's career. Felix Fellows was born to Riley and Joanna Fellows, but has never rapped without a moniker. He tried to find success by opening for other artists and even by selling CDs on street corners in Portland. He has only recently started going as Five Piece to harness the power of his lineage. The writer did some research into the truth of these claims and was able to confirm that Joanna did work for the Root Tree Company as a secretary sometime during the early to mid-70s. It also confirms she died of a drug overdose and that Felix went into foster care soon after. They were unable to track down his father. They also reached out to the Root Tree Company, but at the moment the company's blanket statement was, since the release of a recent book, Root Tree has seen an overwhelming number of false ancestral claims. None have been factual, and nearly all have been knowingly dishonest. We encourage individuals to reach out to us in an official capacity as opposed to attempting to use our name in the media for publicity.
Okay. So, okay, I have a question.
Yes.
It says, like, AKA Felix Fellows each time, and he was born to Riley and Joanna Fellows, but also the...
Dirty Dave.
Right. The review mentions his real name is David, and he used to go by Dirty Davy.
I would guess his name is David Fellows.
Hmm.
And he changed it to Felix as like a stage name. He did the exactly what Gwen's shitty husband did.
Yeah, with the alliteration.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at it's him because he's the only notable person, remember, and the star means that.
Oh, do you see the names are split now? They're not.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
And there was that line in something I read that said, not all of them will be used.
Yeah. Oh, that's fiendish.
So, yes. Okay. Let me get that picture.
Ruby says, listen, let's not be too harsh on people who change one of their names and end up with some alliteration. Ruby, trust me, I'm not being, because that's also me. It's
yeah, not being harsh on him, at least for that. Just was trying to sort out what was happening there.
What year did Guy become president? I know. I guess we know. You're right. He's the only notable, so we know it's this.
Yes.
Branch of the tree.
He took over as president in 1978.
Oh, hold on then.
So,
because the affairs are listed as starting in 75.
Yes.
And
yes.
She was his secretary in 1978.
Yeah, just hold on. Somewhere. Oh yeah, was able to confirm that Joanna did work for the Root Tree Company as a secretary sometime during the early to mid 70s.
Huh.
which is confusing.
Are they tricking us, and it's not actually Guy Hudson having all of these affairs? It's Zach Morstan.
Morden.
Morden. It's the Madston Morden that fucks me up.
Yeah.
No,
DNA test
it's
proved
yeah.
that he was related to Guy Hudson.
But
so,
why is there daylight between these things?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like people don't recall things well, and I don't know. Oh no, because there are more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the second and fourth ones for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's 5.
Yes,
but
1,
you're
2,
right that
3,
there
4,
is
5.
a
But
star.
Yes, but there is a star, and it did say that 5Ps was the only notable person on the new family tree. So
I mean, I guess what maybe the daylight here is that her being his secretary is not the beginning of the affair.
right. Yes. That could have happened already earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Joanna. Oh.
Except her birth name wouldn't
right.
be Fellows. Okay, we can put in one without the other though, which is nice. And then this is Riley Fellows.
And then what should we do? Because it's last known job, right? So she was working the cash register at a
cashier.
Okay. Okay.
Which president was he?
He's 3rd. Because 5 is the guy who died in the plane crash. 4 is the guy who died of cancer. Then him.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can put in Guy's picture.
Yeah, I have not gotten it yet.
Oh, I was assuming
warning
that we could put in the old picture, but that makes sense.
Warning for flash. Okay, I have solved it. This is what if I am zoomed into the photo, then it does not flash when I do this.
Oh, and if you click on it from...
If I do it from here, it does.
Ah, okay.
So I will endeavor to always zoom in first. Notice the Root Tree family
why does
picnic
she have
shirt.
That.
Presumably
That's weird.
because she was attending the Root Tree family picnic. Right, because she's not a Root Tree. That's why you're asking.
Right.
I forgot that he was and she wasn't. Like, he's a Hudson.
Yeah. He's a Hudson.
I mean, because this is maybe how they. I'm wondering if the Root Tree family picnic was also company staff.
Oh, and they met before
thing.
He became president.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know for sure, but that's That's my proposed explanation.
Yeah, and then Guy becomes president.
Yes, when
And
she was Zach Morton's secretary at a company picnic.
okay, yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
All the information is on the card.
Only we would read things before speculating about them. I love to speculate, though. Bri has to go, but it was so nice to have you here.
Yeah. I'm glad the timelines converged.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at this
Oh,
motherfucker.
shit. I just did the thing.
Will it let you take the picture from the...
Look.
That's 5-piece.
Yeah. But
Can you...
presumably... What?
Oh, I was just wondering if it would let you count that as a picture.
I mean, it's the same picture that's on the front of
Yeah.
the magazine, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would assume, is that it's like being held up or, you know,
Yeah.
whatever
I was
across from him.
It seemed like
this
the
is,
sneaky kind of
his-
thing that they would...
his response to that. Yeah, that I can see that, but no, I cannot click it.
Put your fucking finger down.
Also, take off your fucking rainbow tie. You don't deserve it. Miracle Root Tree appeared on the cover of News Time shortly after 5Ps did. He vehemently denied that 5Ps was a root tree. This article was from before the DNA test that proved it. Miracle doesn't focus much on the details of 5P's accusations regarding his mother and Guy Hudson. Instead, he comes across as exhausted at the events that have been going on behind the scenes, as well as the character of those he feels are attacking his family. He starts with 6P's content. He says that although most of the book was based in fact, it left out anything that wouldn't fit the agenda. He points out Sam's daughter still earns a generous salary for overseeing the farm division of Root Tree, and that Sam did the same before her, that Sam's family was not destitute, and that really it was only her son who chose to take on a job with no salary. He claims that though they didn't have to, the family helped pay for her son's medical bills after voting that it was the right thing to do. Miracle also says that the story about his father, Elias, shunning EC was one-sided, leaving out Edward Clancy's blame in the whole thing. Elias gave him a simple ultimatum: stop sinning or be disowned. Miracle says it was EC's own choice, and that Elias allowing him to earn food and shelter on the company's dime was a kindness, especially considering that he and John continued to live together. Fuck you, Miracle.
Yeah. Also, what was up with Sam's son's medical bills? We'll have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll highlight that when I'm done.
Yeah.
Miracle then pivots to the fallout from 6P's. He recounts a deluge of claims to the Clancy Trust that the family have been subjected to. He doesn't cite any specifics, but says that every time someone comes forward, the family devolves to arguments. They've had to hire an outside legal team to help, but so far every case has been demonstrably, laughably false. All they do is tarnish his family's reputation. He focuses on 5Ps, who appeared on News Time before him. He calls him a grifter and a delinquent. What?
That he was the president. That was the president who died of cancer.
Okay.
That's her
Yes.
son. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That did occur to me, but I, for some reason, thought that guy.
I was
must
forgetting
be
that was that
older
branch of the family.
than
Yeah.
Her. Yeah. Okay. Um, and says he is using their name and products to sell filth to the masses. Of all the accusations, he says this is the most dangerous because it exposes the world to hatred.
Fuck
He
off.
cites 5P's lyrics as violent, sexist, and ungodly, and prays the boy will repent, retract his lies, and find religion. I sincerely doubt that Miracle is actually a feminist, so I don't know why he's complaining about sexism. Lastly, he turns to the future. Miracle states that those that wish to hear the true story can join him on his farewell tour this upcoming fall. The Miracle's Root Tree are planning on touring the country's churches one last time, and that now at age 71, Miracle is the oldest living root tree. While he plans to continue preaching at his own church in Butler County after the tour, this is your last chance to hear the truth from the man with the most complete recollection of one of America's most notable families in your own hometown. The article mentions that Miracle's son, Miracle Jr., did not wish to comment and has a statement from Clark Rafferty LaRue through the Root Tree's law firm. Miracle does not speak for his entire family. We are working carefully on a plan to definitively disprove any claims of infidelity in our family's past. The article also does not refute Miracle's claim that he's the oldest living root tree, despite Sam Madsen being born the year before him. It was unclear if Miracle made the claim out of ignorance or spite.
Lily says the Miracles root tree do suck, but I also love to pluralize them as the Miracles root tree. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it says Ernie
really
Madsen Jr. is the president. The president doesn't get a salary. The Madsens weren't in the Klans Trust back then, so he was destitute after getting sick. Yes, and then Carl paid for his medical bills. Yes. I was forgetting that that was Sam's son who was the president.
Yeah. Okay.
The oldest living root tree.
But not. What do we want to save here?
The tour. Maybe that Miracle son is sharing the statement from the lawyer. Like Miracle doesn't speak for the whole family, but
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can put in the pictures of Joanna and Guy. And we're still at needing 4. final affair. Bonnie, sorry, not Bonnie. Bonnie is his sister. Guy Hudson's wife died in the car accident as well.
Patricia Jones. I don't remember.
Okay.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Not his wife. Okay. So we have a picture of Miracle now.
Ah,
But
interesting.
But I am wondering if that is the not everything will be used also applies to
Pictures. Mm.
Yeah, so I don't think we can, like, suggest that it was that. Oh, wait. What year was he born, though? If it's 1999 and he's 71, how old does that, or what year would he have been born?
26, right? 90, it's 99 to 71. Sorry, that's 28, right? 99 minus 1 is 8. 98
Yes.
minus 70 is 28.
Okay. Which means that Sam Madsen,
Born in 27.
yes. I'm gonna, say ish, because we don't know, like, birth months, etc. But, yeah. Okay. Let's look up Stephanie Landon a minute.
Yeah.
Because we can. And I want to see. Okay, apparently won her election. Hasn't been updated for at least 8 months and may now be irrelevant. Okay. That gives us nothing. Oh, Stephanie Jones, though, is her name now. Nope. Just the same stuff. I'm gonna spider search her. Whoa.
DePabney.
2 new sections exist. The first is Baby Photo. There you see a picture of their new family together in the hospital. According to the site, our daughter was named after her grandmother, which ended up being very fitting considering she was born the night before Christmas. The second is, what's next? There's not much of substance there right now, but it lists some small accomplishments and finishes with, With the recent rise in popularity and controversy surrounding my extended family, there has been some extra attention on me. Stay tuned for announcements in the coming months about how I plan to use this publicity to accomplish bigger and better things.
Okay. Do you want to put her in the spider search too?
Yes.
Our list of things that we...
Okay, that's
yeah.
the same. Butler County Times and Spidered. Stephanie
Haha, get spidered.
Jones. God, I wish I could use an accent.
I think you can do knee without it, and it'll be okay. Oh, no, you
No.
can't.
Because it's nay, it's not knee.
Okay.
And I did search both, so.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Show us that baby picture.
else? Spidered. Wait. Yeah. Felix Fellows in Spider and News Time.
Did we do Felix Fellows or did we do 5Ps?
It came up the same. Both.
Yeah.
It's in our history as Felix Fellows.
Okay.
Thomas Overwood. Spider. Indecisionitis. And the root tree. Lift. Make that better. Okay. Okay. Wow, there they are.
The thumbs up.
Yep.
Our signature thumbs up move.
Mm-hmm. Baby.
We have to look. I don't remember what her grandma's name.
Yeah. I'm gonna look in just a minute. Stephanie, Landon, Brian, Jones, politics. She's a politics.
She's a politics with her signature thumbs up move.
Well, we know that it's gonna be Jones. Occupation, baby. Okay, yes. Let's look.
Juliet
Grandmother
says,
was named...
I need a signature move. And Emma says, you can take the thumbs up. Stephanie Jones is not real.
Clara or Clara, which is also the name of the girl in the Nutcracker, which is why that comment about it being appropriate this close to Christmas was there. That's what I'm assuming, at least.
That
Oh,
tracks.
shit. Except... Oh,
Carol.
her grandmother, Caroline.
Brian's. Oh, Caroline. Oh, right, because that's...
Yes, the
right,
baby's
yes, that's how
grandmother.
generations work.
Yes, the baby's grandmother, not Stephanie's grandmother. So Carol for Caroline.
Plurals.
key relatives. Booyah. Oh.
Has Clark
Oh.
reached out to you? Well, let me give you a short history lesson about the last few months of my life.
I've turned up the volume again.
3 different people contacted me, claiming that somewhere in their history, they might be root trees. First, that young man, the rapper. I ignored that one. He seemed dubious. But then I saw the news. I felt terrible, so I began helping the others. Because my doubts with Felix were so misfounded, I ended up putting too much faith in the second person that approached me. I went to the media prematurely. I admit my mistake there. But the third person who contacted me also had a credible case. Before I could help, the company got to them somehow. The fact that the family silenced them doesn't seem to fill me with hope when it comes to Clark's intentions. But you're making progress based on the leads he gave you. It's really hard for me to get a read on him. I'll let you handle it. I've sent you the case I've been working on, and some company records I managed to track down. The records are quite dense, but hopefully they're useful. Good luck!
Okay, you can talk again.
I think that we should maybe, because it's 5:56, we should maybe come up with our plan to start with new evidence next week.
Can't I just look at it?
But then it won't be new anymore, Wes.
Okay. Oops. I meant to click the notebook, not that. Okay. Review new evidence from Sam. Continue working our way through initial evidence from Clark. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
I'm excited that we have stuff to start with next time. Ooh.
Yeah. What?
I'm excited to have stuff to start with next time.
Okay. It sounded like you interrupted yourself with that sound, but
no,
it was just
I said it and then I
you were
thought
just
about it, was
adding
excited, and I went, ooh.
emphasis. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been the Rude Detectives, who now have Roottreenania.
Francis says, oof, me when I'm excited. Juliet says, over so soon.
Yeah.
I know, but we'll be back again next week.
Yes.
And, excitingly, the week after that, we'll be here with a special both hosts in the same location stream.
Yes. Assuming that I can log into Steam and access my
Save file
via the cloud on Emma's computer. But that's the plan.
Wow. Well, we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
Francis says, wahoo. Lily says,
Wahoo.
exciting.
Okay. I'm Wesley. You can find me right here on Twitch some Sundays. Joining me, my fellow investigator here, ready, determined to do a good job and get an A in Roottreenania is
Leo.
the end.
That's it. I mean, everyone knows it's alliterative now, so make your guesses.
Hey,
Yeah.
how long has the title screen been hiding the game?
I don't know. Some amount of time. Not when the... Wait, Francis says the whole time. Emma says just now.
No. Yeah, Francis is just fucking with me. Just like I noticed it like as I tapped the keys to make it happen, and I assumed that there was more of a delay than that, but maybe not.
It's a nice, fresh, crispy stream, you know? None of that old, wilty, laggy stream that's been in the fridge too long.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Well, I was just waiting to see if it was gonna disappear again before, navigating away from the game, and showing people too much of my computer. Okay.
Revealing all of your secret documentation proving that you're, in fact, a root tree. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum.
I'm building a case, and all those files are visible on my desktop and very tellingly named.
The way that you said I'm building a case, you had the exact cadence of like a cake song. I'm building a case,
case.
and I'm making it tight. Going to prove that I have the blood outright. I'm a root tree. And then a sick bass kind of riff situation.
Da da da. Yeah. Mhm.
Damn, we should make music. We should be a
Yeah.
cake spin-off band, I guess.
Sure.
Will be called Cake Pop.
Okay.
We're gonna make millions. Doing what we always streamed
Great.
of.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well,
it's great to be back. Juliet
Hell yeah,
says
brother.
Cake Pop featuring Barley Ray Jepsen. Okay. See you all, and by see you, I mean, talk to you without seeing you or hearing you. Next Sunday.
yeah. We'll be back.
Watch out for Blorals.